Crypto dreams a brand new range. The future's here, no time to wait. Freedom's calling, let's create. Turning power to the people's hand. Together we'll reclaim this land. Join the alliance, take a stand for a brighter tomorrow. Everybody joins the crypto world. Break the chains, watch the future unfold. Decentralize, let your voice be heard.
Hello, how are you? Hope you're doing fine today. I'm playing some music for you. We're going to talk about a lot of interesting and impactful things in the crypto space, and quite frankly, in the entire world. We have a lot of important events, and I'm very, let me see here, make sure we have got this nice mic, and I'm going to show you have it there, here, wireless. Okay, there we go. Okay, you can see I'm going to talk about the volatility of the markets. A lot has happened in the past days, as you know. We've had DeepSeek come out. We've had three different countries that are very mad about the tariffs and that have basically had a lot of conversations around tariffs. And you know, of course, I'm referencing to the tariffs that Trump Friday night announced would go into effect indeed. And those tariffs would have impacted Mexico and Canada a lot. And they are indeed, although they seem to, both of the countries, the three countries seem to really be getting along nicer now. But one thing that is not so sure is how that will all play out between China and the United States. And no matter what happens, I think there will be a heavy impact on industries. There will be a heavy impact on the markets. And that is what we are interested when we are either investing or trading the markets. Because if we somehow can predict what's going to happen, then we can navigate ourselves into a position where we benefit from that. And we'll talk about that today, how you can actually benefit from the markets no matter what they do. Is not easy, of course, but most people know that when you are invested in an asset, in a crypto coin, you benefit from the price increasing, right? But what a lot of people don't know is that you can also benefit when the price is decreasing. That is referred to as shorting, a little bit more of an advanced strategy. So I'll also talk about that. So a lot of good things, also good news, actually. That's why the preview image here that I had, let me bring it up again. I actually forgot to put copy on today, but essentially we see on the left-hand side Uncle Sam with the golden piggy bank, and then on the right-hand side we see representation of China here with the tariffs. So what is the golden piggy bank? What does that have to do with anything? We'll also look into that. This is one thing that I think is true, is that crypto can give you freedom. Freedom through crypto is what the name of this show is. And as always, let's start this with our nice intro. I'm coming to you live from Amsterdam today. Yes, 2 or 3 days ago, I was from San Antonio. Now I'm streaming live from Amsterdam. You can see the port of Amsterdam here. Actually, it is the railway station of Amsterdam here behind me. And it's just really cool to be able to travel in a fashion that is so flexible, which is something that the crypto industry can give you if you know how to navigate it correctly. So China tariffs and typically gives us more market volatility because the market doesn't like uncertainty, and the market doesn't like it when certain goods increase in pricing. Now, as it comes specifically to the China tariffs, what will most likely go up in or be impacted, I should say, in the US economy is the following. I actually have a tweet here that I can share with you. So these industries are in trouble here. The tech industries, laptops, phones, semiconductors from China, the automobile industry, specifically cars and parts from Mexico, will see price hikes, and then everything from grocery to clothing will get more expensive. So this person here, Andrew Aziz, says if you're holding growth stocks in these sectors, be careful. Margins will shrink and stocks could take a hit. Now, this is all when we have news like that out there, it causes the market to be very volatile. It causes people to sell off their risk assets, which is exactly what happened 2 days ago when we saw the crypto market, quite frankly, tank. And what that created was a bunch of liquidations, lots of liquidations. So you're going to ask me, well, what is a liquidation? And that brings me to a very important part of investing in crypto. And that is you can actually trade not necessarily the coin, meaning you don't buy or sell Bitcoin, but you trade the derivative. So instead of trading a coin, you say, I want to actually bet on the price movement of this coin. This has an advantage. The advantage is that you actually don't need to hold the coin. You don't need to have custody of the coin. And you can be very flexible. The other advantage is that you can actually use some margin that you upload to your account in the form of US dollars. Let's say, for example, you have $1,000 at your disposition to trade. You can upload that to your account, and then, and this is something that is crazy in the world of crypto, you can use that to do leverage trading. And you would say, well, I understand if you have $1,000 in your account that you can use up to a 2x leverage or a 3x leverage. But I don't know if that surprises you, and if so, definitely let me know in the chat. What you can do in the world of crypto is that you can do 10x leverage trading, 20x, 30x. I've seen up to 200x. What that means effectively is that your $1,000 can control a position that can have the size of $200,000. Let that sink in. This is like going to your bank and saying, hey, I have $1,000 in my bank account. Can you loan me money in the amount of $200,000? The bank would say, you're absolutely nuts. Well, in the world of crypto and investing, that is possible. Now, of course, there's always a catch, right? The catch is that you need to basically use your money in your account as a guarantee. And if your investment goes against you, the guarantee gets taken away. And that guarantee is the money in your account. We call that margin. Now, what happened is that a lot of people were basically holding positions that were Ethereum positions. And they were not actually holding the coin. They were doing what I just told you. They were holding the future, the derivative price of the Ethereum coin. And they were not doing that with the money that they actually had in their account. They were doing that with very high leverage, 10x, 15x, 20x, maybe some people 100x. because people thought that ETH is essentially at price points where it can't fail anymore. I mean, it can't go any lower than that. And I'm going to show you why that is the case. I'm going to show you why that is the case and what happened that was pretty devastating for a lot of people who were trading ETH speculatively like that. So here, as always, we hop back into this charts here, and we're going to look at the ETH chart. So this is the Bitcoin chart, but we're going to look at the ETH chart. And if we look at the ETH chart on a high time frame, okay, zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. So this is 2022 here, this is 2025. We have this long-term trend here that is represented by the red line, okay? And it was always said, well, you know, if ETH will never go below this long-term trend line here. It just won't. But look what happened here. Can you? I'm actually going to have to zoom in for you so you can see that. It went below, right? And it went well below. On this day, Monday the 3rd, when was that? Yesterday, we had what is called a wick that went down as far as $2,100 for ETH, right? Nobody had ever thought this was possible for ETH. And because nobody had ever thought this was possible, everybody had their margin, their liquidation level much higher. The liquidation level is when your margin gets taken out of your account, okay? And just like that, whoop, millions of people lost money. Millions of people lost money, let alone millions of people lost money because Bitcoin went down and the alternative coins went down so hard. And this is all something that I think is, on one hand, crypto is absolutely beautiful and powerful because it can create generational wealth overnight sometimes. But on the other hand, it can wipe all of that out in a matter of seconds, because when these wicks happen, the one like I just showed, that doesn't happen gradually. Just it like hits like a thunder strike, and most likely it happens when you're asleep or you've stepped away from your computer, right? Which is why it's very important that you learn to navigate the world of crypto. You need to learn that this is possible, and you need to understand the tools where if you decide to trade like that with leverage, what can you do to have safeguards in place? And that is why I actually have the crypto, actually the Crypto Alliance is what is for that part. My team asks me, well, what is the difference between crypto.lifestyle and my Crypto Alliance? Well, let me tell you, crypto.lifestyle is for people who want to live the lifestyle that I have, similar to it, which is most of my expenses, actually all of my expenses, are covered by my passive incomes that I generate through crypto trading, but also crypto investing. However, there's a step before that, which is equally important, and that is knowing your risk profile, understanding, being informed. It's very, very important to be informed. And that is what my Crypto Alliance does. If you go to my Crypto Alliance right now, mycryptoalliance.com will give you a quiz that you can take that will give you a risk profile that you have. And based on that risk profile, you will understand what types of things you can do in this world. There's 3 things you can do in this world of crypto. You can be a saver or an investor or a trader, okay? And most people actually should be savers. I'd be very curious to see what your result is. So feel free to go to it, mycryptoalliance.com, give me your information, and then you'll get your risk profile. Also, automatically, you'll be sent an email with a video that contains beginner-friendly information on how you can get started dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. Very, very powerful stuff. Let me go back to my... Okay, so that's why we are just expecting to see more of that up and down because of the tariff war, for lack of a better term. But don't forget, if you are a seasoned trader, you can benefit from the ups by just buying the coin or going long, as we say, if you trade the derivative. And from the downs, if you know how to short. So shorting is... I promised you to explain you. Shorting is essentially if you go to someone and say, let me borrow some coins from you. Then you take the coins and immediately sell them, and you have the profit. And then you bet on the price falling, so that you then can return the coins, but at a cheaper rate, because you made money like that. Okay, so let's go to a little bit more positive news. Maybe will be the U.S. sovereign fund that was announced yesterday, I believe, or was it earlier today? No, it was a tweet today that I saw, and President Trump announced that as part of another executive order. And I want you to take a look at that with me. We're gonna look at that together. One moment. So, okay, here it is.
Next, this is an executive order. This charges your Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and your Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, to begin a process that will hopefully result in the creation of an American sovereign wealth fund.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a sovereign wealth fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth, and you're seeing that over the last 2 weeks. I think we've created more wealth. Other people have created de-wealth, the people, my predecessors. We're creating a lot of wealth. Scott, maybe you'd like to say something about it, and I'd ask also Howard to say something about it.
Yes, sir. This is very exciting. We're going to stand this thing up within the next 12 months. We're going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people. We're going to put the assets to work. And I think it's going to be very exciting. We're going to study best practices that's done around the world. It'll be a combination of liquid assets, assets that we have in this country as we work to bring them out for the American people.
The extraordinary size and scale of the U.S. government and the business it does with companies should create value for American citizens. If we are going to buy 2 billion COVID vaccines, maybe we should have some warrants.
All right, so I think that is extremely powerful, this announcement. Sovereign wealth funds essentially are ways for countries to invest, as the gentleman said, take the assets that the country has and invest them in opportunities across the globe. And of course, I think, and the crypto industry thinks, that there's going to be a link between the Bitcoin strategic reserves that, I don't know if you've seen, but so many states one by one come out now and say that they set the legislative path for Bitcoin reserves. But I think that, and then President Trump actually spoke of the digital assets reserve. So to just make it broader and also let other projects in, not only Bitcoin. But to be quite honest, in my personal opinion, there's only one digital asset that truly is worthy of being in a long-term reserve, and that is Bitcoin. But later today, there's actually going to be a White House press conference. And the press conference is going to be specifically about digital assets and about the cryptocurrency policy. So I'm looking very much forward to that, because that will very, very, very definitely create more volatility, which when you know what you're doing, you can trade the volatility. But also, it just is going to really give fuel to the flames of this exciting space, this exciting industry. This is no longer just a side topic. This is a topic that is one of the major topics that this administration is discussing, and I'm just so excited, so excited. So let's see what else I had here for you today. So we spoke about the US sovereign fund, and I also looked at what are other countries doing in terms of in terms of sovereign funds, sovereign wealth funds, because the US is not, of course, the first country that will do this. There are other countries who are leading by example. Norway with $1.74 trillion invested, China 1.33, and then we have another fund in China 1.09 trillion, the UAE 1.06, and Kuwait 1.03. So this just shows that is not an idea that is just an American idea. It is actually a common practice, and the gentleman in the press conference that we just looked at said we're going to look at what other countries do, best practices, and set this up for the US. So here it is. There's an important press conference. It's at 2:30 Eastern time today. Okay, so everything I bring you is actually always up to date, and that is very difficult. That is sometimes challenging, especially when you still suffer a little bit from the jet lag, which I am, quite frankly. Yesterday I was still in San Antonio, and today I'm in Amsterdam. But I'm doing this for you. I'm committing to doing the research for you, and then bringing it to you in these live streams. And I also will, whenever there's something really important, I'll send out an email with that information, because it is important for those of you who want to do mid to long-term investing. And again, to get on the email list, go to crypto.lifestyle right now. It's a landing page. So you type that into your browser, crypto.lifestyle. You'll see a video where I talk a little bit about how crypto has impacted my life. I'm traveling around the world and have all those nice luxuries in life that I didn't have before. But then as a thank you video, you'll get a beginner-friendly video on how you can choose, how you can start your journey in Bitcoin investing. You will also be on my newsletter list, where whenever something important comes up, you'll get notified. Okay, let's see. I have a comment here. Great insights. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. And this is just so important, that you have all the information, you're at least aware of it, because this is a space where basically within hours you can either make or lose a fortune. It's that powerful. So this is the chart I've shown you earlier, where because ETH went down as so far that as nobody would have thought, a lot of people who were trading ETH with leveraged positions got wiped out, as we say, wiped out. Okay, so here's that chart again for you. Let me make it larger. You can see here you have the price of ETH going up, and then we have the decline. But then on the far right-hand side, that very thin green line was the ETH, the wick that wiped so many people out. Went down to $2,100 per ETH, and then it actually recovered again. It's a green candle, and the green candle means that the price closed in a higher rate, at a higher amount than it opened, right? So it's a green candle, and yet it marked the absolute low for ETH, which is absolutely insane. So that's what I had for you today. I'm going to make sure that I'm gonna get a short trip outside in Amsterdam. For those of you who follow me on my social channels, you know that I like to show you what I actually do in my free time. I think it's very important that you learn from someone who's actually living the crypto lifestyle. So I show proof of that on my socials, on my Instagram. That's why I need to go out and create some content for you. If you want to be connected to all of my socials, another way is to go to crypto.lifestyle. And in my first confirmation email, you have all of the links to all of my socials, because I'm on a lot of them. X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Rumble, what have you. Okay, so make sure you do that. And yeah, then the conference that I'm talking about attending will be, I think it's going to be 9:30 or 10:30 here in the United States, in Amsterdam. So we have is the Elephant Money Project dead? So the Elephant Money Project is one that I got introduced to, and it is a decentralized finance project. And that's how I actually started my journey in getting deep into crypto and getting deep into DeFi. Now, what you need to know about decentralized finance projects is that they are high risk. They're at the highest risk category in anything that you can do in crypto, and because they rely on developers and on groups behind those projects to make business decisions. And just like any business, such businesses can fail. Okay, so DeFi projects are extremely powerful, and they're one of the most beautiful things that crypto can give you. And I think that you should definitely have exposure to DeFi, but you should have that in a diversified fashion. What I mean by that is, if you have $100,000 to invest, for example, in my humble opinion, and this is in retrospect, only 10% of your funds should be allocated into DeFi projects, and you should actually take those 10% and split it up to 2, 3, or 4 DeFi projects, so that if one fails, or if one doesn't produce the outcome that you desired, you don't have what we call overexposure. So that's essentially the situation with Elephant, and I don't want to say that it's bankrupt to remain in the terminology, in the business terminology, but it definitely, from my perspective, it's a company that is struggling right now, and the market conditions have to definitely change for it to flourish again. But in business, and I'm a long-term business owner, I'm actually I own multiple businesses. In business, there is a lot of ups and downs, and again, decentralized finance is always powered by businesses. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go as far as saying that every coin out there, unless it is a meme coin, is a representation of a business, of the capital of that business. Actually, not too long ago, I think last week, the person who founded Venmo decided to raise new capital for a new venture. So instead of going to the traditional route in traditional finance, create a company, issue shares or what have you to do fractional ownership, he went and just launched a meme coin on pump.fun and was able to raise the money in probably overnight that he needed to start his new project, which was called Jelly Jelly, by the way. And for those of you who caught that Jelly Jelly meme coin early enough, you became rich overnight. Mahir, he asks, what is your advice for someone who is willing to invest in crypto as a complete beginner? Great question. I think what you should do is learn about the power of dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging means you buy a little bit of the crypto every day or every week with the money that you can easily invest without jeopardizing your lifestyle. So I like to say, if you have, if you can skip your coffee, you skip your latte, then you have $5 maybe, and instead of drinking your coffee, you buy a fraction of Bitcoin. The reason I'm saying Bitcoin is because that is in this space of crypto, which is high risk in itself, right? Crypto is a high risk investment category, but in the space of crypto, it is the least riskiest. And I personally don't see it going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I have a conviction, strong conviction, that by the early 2030s, Bitcoin will reach at some point a valuation of $1 million per coin. And that means that if you consistently dollar cost average into it, then you will have a very nice supplement to your retirement fund that you are hopefully already working on. That's what I would do at the beginning. That's where I would start. And I would actually go and do exactly what I mentioned earlier. I'm going to blend it in again. I would go to my landing page, crypto.lifestyle. I would enter the information. Your email goes to only me and my team. Okay, we are a team of 5 people who run this, but really we won't share it with anyone. That's essentially the point. And in my response email, there will be a recording that I made that explains more why dollar cost averaging is powerful, what it can do for you. But I also show, by sharing my phone, how you purchase it, right? How you purchase it. So that's what I would do. Great question, Mahir. Thank you so much for that question. Awesome. In about half an hour, I have a call with a gentleman that saw me on LinkedIn, and he wants to use crypto to diversify his investments. He's not new to investing. It looks like he's already investing several hundreds of thousands of dollars in other assets, but he wants guidance on how to do that in crypto. So I'm gonna take that call, and then I'm gonna head outside, create some content for you for the socials, and then when it's 2:30 Eastern time, I'm going to be watching that White House press conference, because it's quite likely the most important press conference that crypto and digital assets will see in quite a while. Just imagine if if they like give more details around how much they will dedicate or into crypto, into maybe a strategic reserve. I mean, that would just okay, let me tell you this. Depending on what happens in that press conference later today, within 3 or 4 days, Bitcoin could be at $130,000. This is a true possibility. This could really be the kickoff to the final leg of the bull run, where also the altcoins will benefit. That's absolutely possible. Another great question from Mahir. Are meme coins a scam? No, meme coins themselves are not a scam, because meme coins truly are just an amazing technology where in a record amount of time on pump.fun, anyone, even with very limited financial means, can launch a legit meme coin, and the technology is there for it to be sold to millions of people overnight and all of that. However, with that accumulation of wealth, what you now do with that as a founder or owner, primary holder of that meme coin, you can perform something that is considered a scam, right? So this is like with anything, like let's take nuclear energy. You can create clean power for millions of people, or you can build a bomb. And but it's the same thing with meme coins. You can build something very powerful, like some companies use it to raise money for their non-profit. You can create something very powerful for your community where the holders of your meme coin get benefits. But you can also do what is known rugged a pump and dump. Okay, pump and dump is the following: someone says it's very easy to create a meme coin, and I can reach a lot of people, and I know they will all buy the meme coin. So you pump your own meme coin, but before you let the masses know, you yourself buy the largest portion of the meme coins even available. So you have the biggest bag, as we say, right? Now, as the public buys your coin, the value of the coin goes up, and then of course they hold the coin because they have hopes that, you know, they can make a profit too, or they want to hold it for whatever other reason. And then within seconds you dump all of the coins that you bought before everyone else even knew. You dump them on the market. So that's a pump and dump, and that is what's possible in meme coins. And that's why sometimes it's said meme coins are a scam, but they're not. They're just a very powerful tool that that a lot of people can use, either for good or for bad. I hope that gives more information to that. You're welcome, Baru. You're welcome. Okay. Wow, such great questions today. I'm really grateful for all of you sticking around, and this has been a long live here. So I'm gonna leave you now. I'm gonna blend in our video again. Hopefully you join the community of the Crypto Alliance, and I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm sure we will be either very excited or very disappointed, depending on what the press conference brings out. I will be here for you for sure to summarize it and give my idea on what it does for our beautiful industry. All right, folks, this is Shanka Ponsele live from Amsterdam. Over and out for now.